Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at the 2025 release of Lagavulin 12. This time comes in at 56.5% ABV and refilled in, looks like ex-bourbon casks as well as ex-Pedro Jimenez and Oloroso seasoned sherry casks. So, I can't remember last time, I don't know if a 12-year-old's ever had any sherry in it before.
Never.
I mean, it's really not that dark, Dustin, but Lagavulin's
It's shockingly light to the point where, like, what was it? One cask out of 1,000? Like, what's the deal here?
No doubt.
So never done it?
Other than not a 12.
No, 12. Not that I can think of. We got our friend Keith with Multiman Cave here, so everyone say hi to Keith.
What's up?
Lagavulin, my favorite distillery. We do almost all these 12s, so we were happy to bring you yet another version of the 12. This time the 2025. Dustin, 19 and 20. Lagavulin took a little dip. 12 and the 19 and 20 took a little dip. Changed the packaging, got off to a rough start, but we had some all right ones lately. This one's the first one I can remember again with sherry in it, so look forward to get to it. And I believe that is, I said the ABV correct. Is that 56.5? I have glasses real close now, folks.
56.5, and Mike is pouring aggressive. He is trying to get Keith and I drunk tonight.
Sorry, guys.
I'm like, geez.
This whiskey channel has been a documentary of me losing my eyesight and hairline. After 9 years, 10 years? 9 years. 9 years. Well, I cannot read labels anymore. All right, boys. Lagavulin 12, always cast strength. My favorite Isla distillery.
So good.
The big aristocrat Isla. Where are we at, boys?
Lemon smoky brine right off the bat.
So I get immediately one of the biggest salt punches I've had in a while. I haven't had a bunch of Taliskers or Isla whiskeys lately. Like, holy cow, that salt. And then I get
Salty savory.
chicken noodle soup broth.
More salt.
And with some salt in there. Obviously, you get the normal, like, kind of just creamy vanilla, marshmallow type notes, bonfire charcoal notes that you often get with Lagavulin.
I tell you what, I'm not picking up a ton of sherry here.
You could argue that there is a whiff of cocoa powder on the very end here, and that is it.
Yeah, I could mistake that as a charnout, almost.
Yeah, I can mistake that as just the malt is doing something. Like, that is so subtle, but there is a whiff.
But it almost mixes in there with the marshmallowy smell. The cocoa.
S'mores.
I could see that.
But, I mean, this is the most amazing smelling Lagavulin 12 ever, but I tell you what, there is something rich and interesting about this nose.
It does smell like, what did you just say? S'mores?
Yeah, a little bit of s'mores, about the graham cracker.
Definitely smells like s'mores.
A little more of an ashier note to it.
The only
But
thing is,
Lagavulin 12s can get ashy.
I mean, let's be honest here. This smells like classic Lagavulin 12. Like, they've been playing with it a bunch. This smells like Lagavulin 12.
This comes off from an ashy perspective, like the 2013 release, but there is a sweeter, fruitier component to it.
Mike, which one's your favorite again that you've had so far?
I mean,
Because you've had and owned everyone, right? And had multiple bottles of it?
09 through. We've discussed, I like 13 and 14. They're pretty good. I mean, the best one as far as probably overall whiskey was probably 17, but, there's 13 and 14 really stand out in my mind. Really, I liked everything really from 09 to 18. I thought were all solid. And then they got kind of hit and miss.
21 is still my favorite.
That's the line?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
17 is still my favorite.
I went head to head. I finished my 17 and 18 next to the Lion, and the Lion won.
This might be
Well, actually, I won because I drink those three whiskeys. But
This might be the best Lagavulin 12 nose I've ever smelled. It's really
The sherry doesn't add much, but it does add just a touch. Just a touch to round out some of the... So Lagavulin 12 occasionally would get kind of a youthful vegetal note to it. Occasionally.
None of that.
Right, there's none of that. Maybe that kind of softened that up.
there's a little more richness and heft to this one. It seems a little richer and oilier, but perhaps.
I'm going to say something I've said
There's
about...
something about this one just being held together.
I'll say something about this I've said about Lagavulins in general, but this is more so. This is a bit more aristocratic than some of the other 12s.
that nose is incredible.
You put on a sports jacket, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And there is some nice wood smoke coming through a little bit, too.
I love those burnt embers that Lagavulin 12s will give you. But again, I mean, I'm guessing it's from the two types of sherry cask. It just rounds off again just that youthful kind of stinging note to it. At least on this.
And there's a...
You get the stinginess?
No, he's saying it's kind of reduced the stinginess. There is a light hint of mint in there as well, but it's very light.
That obviously might be the mentholic, like almost from the ABV.
Yeah, it's just the fact that, it almost hides it too. Usually Lagavulin's like the last Lagavulin that used some first fill. That one had a lot of mint. In fact, I think that had so much it offended some people. This one just has a hint.
Did you already give some a palate now?
No, we
No,
haven't
just-
started drinking yet.
So compared to the other Lagavulins, I see a lot of consistencies here. Peppery, stinging peat. Again, a good maritime taste to it. The high on like the brine and salinity. Embers, a little bit of char here on the long finish.
Smoked beef brisket that has been oversalted on the finish, big time.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting into like a really hardcore salty Talisker. This is probably the most salty Lagavulin.
Saltier than Talisker. I mean,
Bonfire mixed with the ash, mixed with a slight charcoal, mixed with
this ain't Embers, this is ash.
marshmallow, like burnt marshmallows.
Yeah.
This is campfire the next day in your mouth.
For sure.
Cold
But
fire.
I will say again, the arrival was very oily, creamy. Maybe the most creamy I can remember. I mean, it's really creamy. And then there is, again, a little bit of cocoa, chocolatey note. I honestly, I mean, I guess it has to be from the PX. That's the only thing that, like, let me put it this way.
Sometimes bourbon can give you that marshmallow.
I
vanilla
agree.
note that can kind of.
You're right. In this one, I think distinctly, like the char note has a twinge of chocolate in it, and like a bitter chocolate note to it that I would
espresso almost even.
I would I guess attribute to Oloroso.
I'm hoping it's from the wine cask. Otherwise, why'd they use them? Unless again,
Otherwise, what other part of this experience is the wine cask?
Exactly. Maybe
it's
it made
process of elimination.
Maybe it made it oilier. I mean, but yeah, this is classic Lagavulin 12. If you hadn't told me the casks, I would just say, wow, that's a really good Lagavulin 12.
Yeah, high on the pepper, high on the brine.
Yeah.
I mean, the char bitterness, and again, it's not really bitter, but it's char and it's dark. And again, what comes off to me is like a slightly over toasted Oloroso sherry note, but very faint. You know what I mean?
It's very bitter on the finish. And I think there's two finishes too. I should say, like there's a fire finish, and then there is a like wood finish. And there's again, it's got some transitions. It's got some like waves going on there. I love it for that.
A little bit of vanilla here with water coming up.
Well, the lemon came out a lot more with water.
Like the Starbucks lemon loaf, and then a little of the frosting. I get that s'mores is such a pleasant note, but then it's so much more peppery and salty than it was on the nose. It just kind of
there is more s'more here. There is, and yeah, vanilla frosting. You're right.
Like slight umami, like that slight kind of savory, some like chicken noodle broth note. It's barely there lurking, but barely.
Yeah, I didn't get the frosting as much when we first went in neat, but definitely with water, the frosting's come out.
It's a pretty good 12.
I really like it.
I wouldn't say my upper echelon, but it's one of the, if there is an equator with Lagavulin 12s, tad north.
This is one of the better finishes, though, man.
It's got strong points.
And I actually think the mouthfeel on here is really strong, too.
Yeah.
There is a little bit more with water, a little more bitterness. It hits a little harsher in kind of the mid-palate.
Twinge of sour to go along with that mint.
Oh yeah.
The mint came out more, too. I like the mint. I don't like that bitterness, though. It does push the bitterness a little sharp. If I'm trying to be really picky about this one.
Yeah, as always, neat. Give it to me neat.
Yeah, it's way better neat. I didn't like it when I added water.
At all?
Well, I mean, the creaminess kind of and
The finish also kind of lost some good.
the viscosity
yeah.
just kind of went away, and I love that in a whiskey.
That was the best part of this whiskey in a lot of ways. I'm thinking that's what the sherry cask is. It added a viscosity that it didn't just make it oily, but it made it creamy.
I tell you
Yeah,
what,
both.
with that water, the spices are coming up. Mm-hmm. It's more than just pepper. That maritime brine too is just intermingled with all those little spices. All right, boys, whiskey score time.
It is oversalted brisket.
Another Lagavulin 12. Dust in your bottle will go. Keith, through you. Give it to me, big guy.
So this is I don't think it's like the best 3 or 4 years, but it's definitely, in my opinion, one of the better ones. Mm-hmm. So, man, I haven't had a Lagavulin in a while, so it's tasting really good.
Yeah, it is to me too.
I'm just because I know. I mean, we just scored a Klein leash, and I got to try and not just let the experience because it's really good right now.
It's about the experience.
I'm going to say an 88. 88 for me.
Keith, I'm right there with you. 88. I was going to go maybe 87.5 or something like that, but no, I mean it's above average Lagavulin 12. Mm-hmm. It's definitely not one I'd be disappointed with. I like the little kiss of sherry cask. When I read that, I expected more, of course.
I was expecting the color to be a little more noticeable. It's pretty crazy.
I still say Lagavulin takes color worse than any whiskey ever. I got nothing to back that up. There's nothing to substantiate my claim. It feels like it eats color.
Yeah, it just refuses. I'm going to join you guys, make it a trifecta. 88, excellent whiskey. Really like it. Also, one thing I did notice, this is the second year in a row that Deageo has lowered the price in the UK on the Lagavulin 12.
Okay, Deageo.
Only like £5 a year here. We're still high priced, but they're listening to Welsh Toro. They're hearing you, Welsh.
They topped out and then on the way down. It's like a roller coaster in America. You got to go up first, then you go down.
Yeah, and the crazy part is they peaked on that freaking tequila cask one. Like, that's the one people want to pay extra for.
It's all about timing, folks. Timing and place. All right, those are our thoughts on this particular Lagavulin 12. I know you guys use the company for Lag 12s. We try to do as many as we can. Thank you for Dustin for getting this for us. And Keith, until next time, what do you wish the folks?
Happy drinking.
We'll see you then.